Hi there. Welcome to Arts at a Distance. This is Music Monday, part of an ongoing series of arts education coming right to you. My name is Miss Noel. You can find me through MCOE as the Arts Education Consultant, and I am so very excited to be able to bring this directly to you today. On this Music Monday, we're going to be doing a couple of different things. Today, we're going to be learning a song, and then not only learning it and rehearsing it, but actually adding a background track to it using just our bodies. So this is a great brain exercise. This is great for figuring out the language of music and being able to break stuff into musical phrases and measures and things like that. So I'm really excited to try it. I hope you guys are too. We're gonna start today by simply doing a vocal warm-up. And what that means to me is singing some scales, okay? Very simple. We're gonna start with our feet flat on the floor. We're actually coming with our feet right underneath your shoulders is what I would say. Our knees are not bent, but they are loose. We definitely don't wanna overextend the knee by popping it backwards, which I know is what we kind of tend to do when we're asked to stand up for long periods of time, right? But not this time. This time we have a knee that's a little bit loose and holds us up. I also want you to think about the idea of a thread going from the very top of your head all the way to the ceiling, and therefore finding a really nice supportive place with your spine. While you are doing that, your diaphragm should be supporting the music that you're singing. You should be able to take a breath and support your voice so that instead of getting wavery, kind of wispy, airy voice, we're getting strong, supported voice that is using our breath for what it's meant to be used for, okay? So first of all, let's do a quick exercise and take a deep breath for me. And then let it out. Take it in. And let it out. If you noticed, what I was doing was when I take a breath, my abdomen is expanding as that air comes in and is able for me to access in my belly. And then as I let it out, that air goes away and my belly contracts. We are kind of taught in American society that when you breathe in, you are supposed to therefore like suck in. That's not good singing posture, not good singing technique at all in any way. It's actually not great for you, period. So I would really recommend working on your breathing. My best recommendation is to lie down and place something on your belly and simply practice taking a breath and watching it go up and then letting go of that breath and watching it go down. Okay, that's an excellent exercise for another time after this video is over. Right now, for our vocal warm-up, I want us to take a deep breath and then you guys are going to sing with me going up and down the scale just on the word ba. Can everybody say ba? Very nice. Ready? Ba 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 ba. Another breath. Ba 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 ba. Very nice. We're gonna do that one more time. This time, instead of just saying the word ba, I'm gonna place actual words on it. Those words are what you would normally hear in any kind of solfege training, or if you've ever listened to The Sound of Music more than once, those words are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? And it goes up, and we start with do and end with do, and then at the end, it starts from the high do and ends at the low do. Are you ready? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Thank you. So I do not expect you at this point to be pitch perfect, nor am I using any kind of tuning fork. I'm not using a piano around me. So there's very little chance that I am getting it perfect every time as well. All we're doing is, instead of utilizing a fixed do, making sure that once we establish what our do, our home note is, that we work around that in a way that makes sense, right? So we're gonna try that one more time. Sing it with me. I'm gonna start with do right there. Ready? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Thank you. I hope that's fun for you guys. Now, after we've done a little bit of that vocal warm-up, we're actually gonna move into learning a quick song. Now, the reason I love this song is, one, it's got some cool choreography that goes with it if we were doing this as a vocal warm-up in a theater class or an acting class, but we're gonna forget about the choreography right now and just think about the fact that it naturally travels up and down the scale, right? So the notes that go with this are as such. We would go ba 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 ba. So that would be do re mi fa so la so fa mi re do. One more time with me. Do re mi fa so la so fa mi re do. Very good. That is the entirety of the musical phrase. We do that whole musical phrase twice, and then we have a chant going on. So there's specific words to this, and those words actually involve an animal. That animal is white on the chest usually and has black flippers and kind of waddles around like this. This is a penguin is what we're talking about. I learned this song years ago from a dear friend back at the Playhouse Merced, and I know I was familiar with it back from my days on the East Coast as well. It's a really, really fun song, and we're gonna learn it now. It starts like this. Have you ever seen a penguin go to tea? Take a look at me, a penguin you will see. Did you hear me go up and down that scale? Twice. That whole musical phrase happened 2 times. Then we have a chant section. That chant goes like this. Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. Now, normally if we were doing this as a warm-up, like I said, there's specific choreography where we begin moving different parts of our body and we end up waddling around in a big circle and we're having a grand time. But for right now, we are actually gonna look into what it means to take those musical phrases and add rhythmic movements that give us kind of a backing track, right? Now, there's all kinds of apps out there that allow you to make noise into them and allow it to loop. If there are any that are free, they are more than likely in the mcoe.org section, Visual and Performing Arts section of the Distance Learning Portal. And so please look there for any ones that I think you can access for free. But beyond that, you don't actually need a loop pedal or an app to be able to do something like this. What we're gonna do is use our body only to add rhythm. I'm gonna use 3 different various sounds. Those sounds are thumps that I make on my chest, as well as snaps, as well as claps, all right? You'll also see me say the word rest, and when I say the word rest, I'm generally speaking going to open up my hands. Rest is happening when no sound is going on, and it's the difference between clap, hold, and clap, rest. If you have already a background in music, you'll understand a little bit what that means. If you'd like more info on that, go ahead and let me know. I will happily share some more music theory stuff with you. So right now, what we're gonna do is take one of our musical phrases and we're going to do a specific series of movements 2 times. That series is this: thump, thump, snap, snap, thump, thump, clap, rest. Try that again with me. Thump, thump, snap, snap, thump, thump, clap, rest. Very nice. So each one of these musical phrases, or choreography phrases, when done at the speed at which we want to do it, takes 1 measure of time, 1 4 count, right? Have you ever seen? And then when we do the next part of the song's phrase, the next part of the melodic phrase, we would do it again. A penguin go to tea. The next section of the song would look the same. Take a look at me, a penguin you will see. Just like that. What do you think? Can we try all of that together? Let's give it a shot, shall we? 5, 6, get ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. Have you ever seen a penguin go to tea? Take a look at me, a penguin you will see. Very nice. At this point, we have our chant section. Remember? Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. Just like that. So, because it is different, it's a different musical phrase, technically we could do the exact same thing. Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. That would be fine. But because it's different, I would like to do something challenging and interesting and change up the rhythmic movements to allow for something different. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do 4 thumps, penguins, attention. And then we're going to do 5 double time snaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest, clap 7, rest 8. So that second part, one more time after the thumps, was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest, clap, rest. Woo, that's actually complex. Let's try that just together with our thumps, and then we're gonna add in our words for the chant section. Ready? So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. One more time, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. As you can see, again, I'm not letting those things ride by saying clap and hold. I'm giving them a rest by separating my hands. Again, that's important based on how this would look if it were being written out, if you have questions about that, or if you are in middle school or high school and are working on reading music and you think you know why, feel free to email me and let me know. I'd be very curious to have you explain your reasoning for why you think I'm adding rests as opposed to letting things stay held for a lengthened amount of time. All right, let's try this from the beginning, okay? I'll go a little bit slow. We've now moved on to our rehearsal portion of the class. That just means we're gonna do it a couple of times to get the feeling in our body. Rehearsal and practice is a super important part of any artistic endeavor. You never just walk out on stage. Well, I suppose you do for some improvisation, but that's a whole other acting class, and you'll see that at a later point, okay? Here we go. 5, 6, get ready. 5, 6, sing with me. Have you ever seen a penguin go to tea? Take a look at me, a penguin you will see. Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. Have you ever seen a penguin go to tea? Take a look at me, pick it up. A penguin you will see. Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. So I know I messed up there right at the end, but I made it through the whole thing. We always celebrate our little victories, right? So this is not an easy thing that I'm asking you to do. This is incredibly difficult and moves straight up and down both parts of your brain. If your brain were separated in the middle, one part would be trying to count and remember the chorus at the same time, and the other part would be trying to perform something artistic. This looks good. I like the way I feel while moving this. One side would be feeling and the other side would be thinking, right? And that's what we are doing, is putting them together at the same time. It's not an easy task. We're gonna do it again, and we're gonna speed it up, which honestly makes me happier and makes me have more fun while doing it. And that's what we're doing, right? Is we're doing this to have fun right now. Shake it out for a second. Okay, ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go. Have you ever seen a penguin go to tea? Take a look at me, a penguin you will see. Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. Have you ever seen a penguin go to tea? Take a look at me, a penguin you will see. Penguins, attention. Penguins, begin. That was awesome. That was awesome. And as you guys can see, you don't need a loop pedal. You don't need an app. You don't need anything. You can do it right on your own. This has been Miss Noel's Arts at a Distance Music Monday class. The last thing that's happening here is that you should go perform. Go find an audience, go find someone who wants to watch you. And the only 3 things I ask of you to complete our lesson today is number 1, be safe. Number 2, stay happy. And number 3, make art. Bye.